Hey, I'm Christina Rava, and I'm a Kajabi coach for course creators. Today, I'm going to be talking about how to set up a lead generation funnel in Kajabi and also why it's important to do this like as one of your top priorities in your business before you even get to the point of creating and launching a course or going to your next launch. Focusing on lead generation before launching and then also in between launches is really vital to the long-term sustainability and success of your business. So first of all, I'll talk about what a lead generation funnel is. So it's basically a situation where you have something that you create something like a resource that is of value to your ideal customers, and you offer it to them for free in exchange for their name and their email address. And then once they put their name and their email address on a page that you create called a landing page, then that triggers an automated email that they will receive in their inbox that contains the link to the resource that you promised them. But then it also triggers a series of additional welcome or nurturing emails where you take that opportunity to tell the person more about yourself and your business and how you can help them. And having that sequence of emails in place is super important because that person just expressed interest in getting this resource from you. So that signals to you that they have some kind of question or a problem that they think you may be able to help with. Otherwise, they wouldn't have requested your free resource. So they could be a great fit for your coaching package or for your course or for your membership down the road. But if you just give them the free resource and then leave the ball in their court to figure out what to do next, you might lose their attention and you might lose the momentum that you just created by giving them that free resource. So it's really important to capitalize on that momentum. Like that person is coming to you and asking like, hey, can you help me by asking for this free resource that you're offering? So use that. Like, I'm not saying you don't have to sell them something after you give them the free thing. You can, and that is a strategy that some people or a lot of people use. But you could also just say, hey, like, I have a podcast that might be helpful for you, or I have some blog articles that I think would be useful, or I can get to know you better on Instagram. Like, give them the next steps after sending them the free resource. Give them the next steps so that they can get to know you, because you want to build what's called the know, like, and trust factor, where that person first equates you and your name and your business with the niche that you're in and the area where you're in expertise. Like, you want them to form that connection. And then you also want to strengthen that connection in their mind by showing them, like, you know what you're talking about. You've done this before. You've helped other people. Like, maybe in your welcome email sequence, you can provide some case studies or some testimonials to show them like the different people that you've worked with and the problems that you've helped them solve. And so getting them to really not only understand that you're an expert in a certain area, but like truly trust that you can give them like the advice that they need to solve their most pressing pain points. That's what's called nurturing. That's developing the know, like, and trust factor. And that is really the single best thing that you can do, in my opinion, to prepare for the launch of an online course. Because obviously, in order to have a successful course, you need sales. In order to have sales, you need to have like an audience of people to pitch to or to sell to, right? So in a lot of ways, it's a numbers game, right? You have to have, a certain number of people to be able to make a certain number of sales. But it's not just about the numbers, because some people have huge followings on social media, or they have, but then like those people aren't really like maybe not the right fit clients. Or you might have a big email list, but you kind of neglect them and don't make a connection week after week after week. So if you have a lot of people in your audience, but you're not connecting with them and developing that know, like, and trust factor, then you're not going to get great conversions when it comes time to launch your course or your membership or whatever digital product you offer, maybe a coaching package. When you have people in your audience that you don't have a connection with, and when you don't have the know, like, and trust factor with, that's called a cold audience. So if you use like the analogy of dating, right? Like if you go on a date with somebody, a first date with somebody, and let's say it's like a pretty short date, like an hour, right? And then like the next day you're like, hey, want to marry me? You know, you're asking them to go from a 1 hour first date to a big commitment, right? Obviously that's not going to work out. It's kind of the same with like online marketing funnels. If you give somebody some like a small little PDF for free, say, and that's all you do, you just give them the PDF. And then a few weeks later, a month later, you're like, hey, buy my $1,000 course. Chances are they're going to be like, I don't know. Because like, even if the course would help them, or could help them, they're going to be like a little uncertain about making that commitment. They need to know more information before they make that kind of decision. They need to have more interaction from you. They need to get to know your background. They need to see proof that you've helped other people. You need to give them value so that they become more and more convinced that you know what you're talking about. So all of those touch points in between when someone gets your free thing and someone purchases your course, that process is called warming up your audience. So in the online marketing industry, you might have heard the term a warm audience or even a hot audience. So that refers to having a community like an email list where you're showing up, and though people on your list, they're getting to know you day after day after day, or week after week after week. And I'm not saying you have to like spill everything that you know about the subject or give away everything you know for free. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, show up so that they can see you, hear you, maybe like ask you a couple questions, get your opinion on something, or like, you can show off a little bit. You can talk about like other people that you've worked with who you've been able to help. You might even be able to, sell them like a small product to give them like a taste of how effective your products and your programs are. And by doing that, you're like solidifying the relationship that you have with the people in your audience. So that way, when it comes time and you say like, I'm launching a course, people are all over it at that point, because it's not so much about the course, right? They're not buying a course to buy a course. They're buying a course to get a result. And they are not going to be convinced that they can get a result unless they trust you. If they just heard of you as some like random person on the internet, that trust is not there. And yeah, maybe they could buy a low ticket offer from you, but the bigger your program is and the higher the cost, obviously the more of a commitment it is. So you kind of have to prepare for that way ahead of time by building your email list. So I'm just going to quickly jump into Kajabi now and share my screen so that I can show you the basics of building a lead generation funnel in Kajabi. So I'm here under the marketing tab in the menu, and then I clicked on funnels, and then you can click get started, and Kajabi gives you different funnel options. If you're not familiar with the term funnel, it's basically like a series of steps that you take people through in order to lead them in a certain direction. So depending on what your goal is, depending on how you're capturing people's attention and what you're leading them towards, the funnel will be different. It will involve different steps. But I'm going to walk you through the example of a freebie funnel so you know what I mean. So that's the very first one in the upper left. So you click freebie, and then you click create funnel. And the cool thing about Kajabi is that it puts together all of the pieces of a funnel for you. And then all you have to do is customize it. This is not a feature that you get on most other software platforms. If you're not using an all-in-one platform like Kajabi, you're going to have to build the pieces of your funnel in different places. So usually there's like a landing page. What I'm about to show you is a landing page where someone can opt into your freebie. Then they see a thank you page or a confirmation page, and then they get an automated email sequence. So if you were to build this in another platform, you would need like one platform for your landing page, one platform for your email, and then probably something else for your product down the road, like your course, your membership. Whereas if you use Kajabi, everything is here in one dashboard for you, and they make it like super easy to set things up so that the only thing that you have to do is go in and customize it. So you can see that what Kajabi generated for me, again, is this sequence where there's an opt-in page. So I know people get a little bit mixed up with terminology. So in this case, the opt-in page is where people are indicating that they want the freebie. It's also known as a landing page. A landing page is basically like a standalone page that is not part of a website. It doesn't have a navigation bar at the top, and it only has one purpose. It only has one call to action. It has like this singular focus of getting people to sign up for something. So in this case, you're trying to get people to sign up for your free resource. And then the confirmation page is also a landing page. And it's just basically a page that says, thanks so much for your interest in my whatever your freebie is. And then it tells them like a next step, like, please check your inbox for the freebie, or, click here to follow me on Instagram, something like that. And then the email, like I said, this is an auto-generated email. So you don't have to be sitting by your computer and every time like someone puts their name and their email address in the opt-in form, you have to like email them. This is sent out automatically by Kajabi. It's kind of like running 24/7, where at any point, if someone opts in or requests your freebie, this email gets automatically sent out, and you customize this email. So you write like some kind of like welcome or thank you message, and then you include the attachment to your free resource. And then you also tell them some next steps. So in that welcome email, you can say, again, point them into the direction of other things you offer, like I have a free Facebook group, or I have a YouTube channel, or whatever it is that, is your way of connecting with your audience. You could put a link to like a discovery call if you're a coach and you offer free calls. So you provide them with the free thing. You also tell them what the next step is, and then you can follow up that initial email with a few more emails that nurture the audience some more, like I was saying. So you can make the second one a case study email. You can make a third one say like maybe like pointing them to your most popular blog posts, or you can send them a second freebie as a surprise, or you can tell them about like maybe a small paid product that you offer. So you basically want to introduce them to all of the basics of your business over the span of 3 to 5 days. Another email that you could include in your sequence is your backstory, like, who are you? Why are you teaching this? Why did you create this resource? Why do you think it would be helpful? You want to encourage people to actually use it, because a lot of people, I've been guilty of this. I'm sure many of you have been guilty of signing up for free things, and then you like literally don't even open it. So you want to encourage people to use it, right? Because you want them to get results. This is not just about getting them on your email list. Like I was saying before, this is about like really proving yourself, showing them that you have something of value to offer, that you can help them. And they're not going to know that unless they use the thing, right? So you want to check in with them, say like, did you have a chance to read the guide yet? Or do you have any questions about the spreadsheet I sent you? Or like, what's one thing that you learned from my workshop, So you want to get them to really like use the freebie, and then if possible, get them to respond to you with like their questions or their aha moments, or maybe like encourage them to say like why they downloaded it and like what they're struggling with. So that whole sequence is about familiarizing them with your business. And also it's about getting them to kind of take these little baby steps in terms of interacting with you and getting to know you, and also you getting to know them. So all you have to do to complete this funnel is you click on each of the pages in Kajabi and you customize it. So for example, wherever you see text, you can click on the text and then an editing box appears on the right. So you put in your own words, and Kajabi gives you some prompts. Like they say, tell people what they're going to receive after they opt in. What's the value of this thing? And you want to use words like, it says tease the value. You want to use words like, this is like a bonus, or this is exclusive, or this is like valuable, like, or, you know, get this while you can, or get my secrets to something, you know, like use language that it sounds like really enticing, not just like, get my free PDF guide, because no one wants a PDF guide. Instead, you could say, get like the top 5 secrets that got me from A to B, like, you know, whatever the transformation that you can lead people through is. Or like, get my checklist of like things to avoid when you're doing this so that you don't have some big problem. So you want to really talk about like really what the ultimate true value of the freebie is, and not just like, I'm giving you a spreadsheet or I'm giving you like a downloadable guide, because nobody wants that. They want to know like truly what is the purpose of this? How is it going to specifically and tangibly help them? So in terms of like the thing that you actually provide, like I've been mentioning, it can be something like a written guide. It could be a spreadsheet. It could be a checklist. It could be like a resource list, or something like a shopping list, or a meal plan if you're in the nutrition space. It could be some audio clips. Like, let's say you teach meditation. It could be a series of like little meditation, like quickie meditations. It could be a video. If you're comfortable filming something and you want to say, like, here's a quick training or workshop, it could be that as well. You just have to think through, like, what is something pretty short and actionable that you can give your audience to get them a quick win. So you don't want to overwhelm them with too much information, and you want to encourage them to take action in some way. So almost like, think of it as like a homework assignment where you're giving them something and then like asking them to do something. So for example, if you're giving people a meal plan, you might say, or like a grocery shopping list, you might say like, clean out your pantry, your kitchen pantry of these like unhealthy foods, and then use my grocery shopping list to restock with these other things. So it's something that's like relatively quick and easy to do, but it provides them with value and a quick win. So think about, when you're creating a freebie, is this actionable? What is it that you want people to do after they get this free thing? And don't make it difficult. Don't make it complicated. Don't make it have too many steps, because then people might be like, whoa, I'm not ready for that. Or they might say, I don't have time for this right now. And then they file it away in their emails and may not ever get to it again. If it's just simple, to the point, and gets them like a quick win, that's the best thing that you can do. I wouldn't worry, if I were you, about, is this like too simple or too quick or too easy? Because you have to remember that if people are signing up for this freebie, that's like an introductory level thing, chances are like they're more at the beginning stage of struggling with a certain challenge or question or problem. So they're going to need baby steps, like starting at the very beginning, to help them get from A to B without feeling like it's like without feeling like unrealistic, like, oh my goodness, I have to do all of these things in order to like get the result I want. Like, you don't want to scare people away. You want to be like, here's this one little thing that you can do, even if you only have an hour, or even if you've never done this or tried this before. Here's this one little thing that's going to take you like ideally only a couple of hours to do, so that they'll walk away like, yeah, I did that and it wasn't that bad. Okay, what's next? Like, the whole point is to get them to be like, okay, what's the next step? And if you break it up, everything you teach into little bite-sized chunks, people are going to feel good, because they're going to feel like, I did it, I got like this micro win, and I'm ready for the next thing. And you're progressing them along this journey from the beginning of facing the problem in the beginning to solving it at the end, without trying to like go through it in one giant leap. So when you do have that freebie prepared, you're going to want to put that in your email. Just real quick, I want to go back here to the design of this page. So after you put in your text, you can also edit the button if you want. Like, if you don't want to say get it now, you can click on it. And again, the editing box appears on the right, and you can say something like, this is just what I need. Like, you want to put something that has like a little personality behind it. So I don't like saying something like send it or something, or download, because that's kind of boring. Like, you want to be excited for this person. Like, they're taking a step that might be a little scary for them, or they're trying something that might be really new to them. So you want to like kind of get them pumped up about it. And then you can also change the design of the page. So for example, like on the button right below where I just put the text of the button here on the right, you can see button background color. So if you click on that, there's a little box here where you can slide a couple bars around to change the color of the button to match your business's branding. And then the other thing you want to do is change the background of the page. So you click somewhere on the background outside of the text boxes. And then on the right, you'll see in the menu something that says section settings background. So you click on that, scroll down a little bit, and then you'll see something that says background image, select image. So if you click on that, you can upload a file from your computer so that you could put in a background that's more suitable for your business. If you have a picture, I recommend formatting it in a free program called Canva first. That's canva.com. And the reason that I recommend that is because you want to make sure that the dimensions of your background image are correct so that it looks good within this Kajabi page. So the dimensions that you want to size your image to are 1280 by 720. So using Canva, you can create like a canvas that you put your image onto to make sure it's the right size. Then you download it again from Canva, upload it into Kajabi, and then it doesn't look like too stretched out or distorted or anything like that. And then you can also change the overlay of this page by going down to where it says background color here on the bottom of the menu bar. And so you can put, if you want, like, you can put like no overlay, or you can put something that's like more of a gray, a grayish white, so that it doesn't look so dark. Just slide this over a little bit so you can see what it looks like. So that is how you edit your opt-in page. Then you would go through the same process of customizing by clicking on the thank you page and customizing that. And then you click on the little icon of the email, and then you click where it says welcome. And here's where you can edit the automated email that goes out. You can put in your own subject line, then you can put in the body of your email, again, saying like, congrats, or thanks for downloading this, here it is. And then you can use this little like paperclip icon in the editing bar to upload your PDF document. Or if it's something that you have a link to, like let's say it's like a video that you uploaded to YouTube or something like that, you can use the horizontal link icon to hyperlink the text in your email. But either way, you want to put a welcome message and give people immediate access to your freebie, tell them what's next, and then sign off. So then once you're finished composing this email, you click save. And that your funnel would basically then be complete. If you want to add more emails, you click on the email sequence again, and then you click on this button in the upper right that says add new email. And then you can build an entire sequence of emails that will automatically go out after somebody opts into your freebie. Now, when you're ready to start sharing your opt-in page, you're going to want to give this freebie landing page out on social media or send it to your email list. Or if you go to a networking event, you can tell people about it through word of mouth. Basically, you want to share it so that people know about your freebie. You can put it in like your profile, or you can share it in your Facebook group. So the way you do that is I'm going to back out into Kajabi and I'm going to go to website, pages. And then when I'm in website pages, there's 3 tabs. One says website, one says landing, and one says funnels. So if I click on funnels, I'm going to see a little folder that says freebie, which is the funnel that I just created and showed you just now. And if I click on that, it's going to show me the pages that are in the funnel. Here's the opt-in page that we were just working on, and here's the thank you page. So to get the link to this, I'm going to go over to the right and look for those 3 little dots all the way on the right, click on that, and then click copy URL. And that's the URL, the website, web address of your opt-in page. So you copy that, share it wherever you want, share it freely, encourage people to sign up for it, and then you can start gathering leads. So I hope this was helpful. Please feel free to post any questions below about using Kajabi to generate leads in preparation for launching your online course or membership.